Do you hear that? That was like a whistle. Yeah. Ghost dimension.
Oh, let me unmute myself. Whoa, there we go. I hope everybody's doing well, and this time of New Year. And I see we have some new members here with the Ghost family. So Helen, Wingy, hey, great to have you here. I'm happy you're here, and enjoy the family and enjoy what we do. All right, and Heather, hi, Miss Heather, welcome, and I'm glad you are here as well. How awesome that is. So I hope you all have had, glasses off. Hope you all have been having a great holiday. We had Christmas, I saw you a little bit after Christmas, and then New Year's, right? I hope everybody had a safe and happy holiday. I had some friends here. That's why I'm kind of a little bit later in the week this week. And I'm actually quite excited as well because later this month and then in the following months, I'm going to be doing spiritually paranormal again. And I'm going to have Kelly Greenaway back on, and I'm going to have a really super special guest, Bishop James Long. He'll be on as well. And we're going to have Penny Morgan back on, who does historical hauntings and different things that she does. And she's a great writer as well. So, yeah, we got a lot of things coming up and to look forward to. And, of course, I'll be back here on Tuesdays streaming. Woo, there's mangoes out. Just so you know, Pip's not, Phoenix is put away, and Mango's just running the roost right now. But yeah, we got a lot of great things, and this is definitely the year of healing and a year of balance. That's what we need to walk into, and we need to allow ourselves to open enough so that the healings that are given to us or shared with us can affect us and help us in our health and other mind, body, spiritual self. Okay, so yeah, so that's really cool. And I'm going to put my glasses on now so I can see and say hi to everybody that's here. Let's see. Hi, Kay. Happy New Year. Simon. I haven't seen Simon here in a while. Hi, Simon. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Let me see who else is here. Monica. Hi, Monica. And Kara, how are you? I'm going to actually start with Kara. I'm going to go down a little bit lower to say hi to whoever else is here. But yeah, I missed her last time I was on, and I thought I'd start with her today. Okay. Hi, Margaret. I hope you're doing okay. I know you had some stuff coming up, and I'm keep you in my prayers. And make sure that everybody else does too, and just keep positive thoughts. And yeah, I'm going to tell you a story when Bishop Long is on the show. I've got a big story to share with you guys, but I'm going to wait for him to come on. So, okay, Cara, let's see what we've got for Miss Cara today. Oh, and by the way, if Miss Cindy Pinkham is around or anybody talks to her, I finally got her Christmas card today. So, and I got Cara, I got yours as well. So I just want to let you guys know they did make it, and I do appreciate it. And the wishing, well, it doesn't make a difference to me when it is. Christmas can be any day, right? It's all about the magic of the holiday. All right, so let's see what I got for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, talking about balance, right? We're talking about healing and spiritual balance and physical balance. And your card today is all about that. It's about the medicine wheel. Okay, so when I speak to healing and balance, a lot of us, because of all the stuff kind of that's going on in the world, it's a lot of that too. Everything is kind of chaotic, and it can really easily sidewhack you and throw you out of balance. And at times it's kind of hard to maneuver through that. I know even myself, it's extremely hard to maneuver through sometimes because we feed it, right? We feed some things on social media. We see, we add to fear, we add to negatives, and that's kind of a human emotion, and it's a knee-jerk reaction. And I found myself over the past few months having to really rein it in. And it's like, really, do I want to spend my energy putting more negatives? And it's like, no, I don't. So this is what we have to be conscious of while we are walking in this year. And it's going to be a great year. It really is going to be a great year. So the medicine wheel for you is all about allowing that healing and allowing that balance to kind of enter your life. The medicine wheel, for those that haven't seen me, okay, is separated here in like a pie shape, right? It's in fours, and each quarter represents something else about our life. And then as we go inward, because this is a simple medicine wheel with the 4 quarters, but it's broken down into clans, it's broken down into elements, it's broken down into totems and energy, okay? And each month, like the zodiac, is broken down for everybody. So it's kind of your birth month and what have you that you're in. So the medicine wheel for you is talking about that balance that you need to help come into your life. We're all responsible for ourselves. That's really all we are responsible for. It can kind of feel like sometimes we can kind of interject into other people's lives, and we can to a degree, but ultimately we're responsible for ourselves. So this is what it's telling you today, Ms. Cara, is you need to open to the healing that's possible. You need to kind of, if you get those negative energies, you need to push them away from other people or other situations. And mostly you have to allow healing to happen within. It's very, very difficult task, I know. But as I said, I'll be talking about that with Bishop Long here soon. And it's not an easy task, but we always put ourselves last. We always like make excuses, or sometimes it's because we have literally suffered with whatever pain is with us, whether it's emotional, whether it's mentally, whether it's spiritually, whether it's here in the present. We have to learn to just take a deep breath and let that energy come in to help us. And one of the things that I've noticed, and y'all can try it at home, this is like kind of it's actually more difficult than it sounds. But take for me, for instance, I'm going to use my example of my spine, right? My spine has been really not great most of my life. I've had 2 surgeries in the past 3 years, and it's a lot. So our bodies are set to a standard. Our emotional state is set to a standard, and that standard is what we've been experiencing most of our life. So we put up all these borders and protection that we think are going to help. We build walls, right? But what I've found over the past month is I'm learning to breathe, literally learning to breathe. Because I'll be standing and I'm all tensed up. I'm all like just holding everything really tight because I've experienced that physical pain for so long. Then when you take a moment and you realize what's happening and you take that deep breath and you just tell yourself, okay, just relax, right? And then you have to tell it again to relax. And I was amazed at how much I was holding. So when I'm speaking to you, Cara, it's the same thing. It's emotional, it's mentally, it's spiritually. You need to learn to take that breath and just let it go. Okay, let all that go, because building a wall is not going to allow things, healings, positives to come in. They basically keep what we already have in and store it, right? And that's not a good thing, because we never go outside of that. We never allow that healing to come in. So this is what it's about for you today for the new year. And it's all about that balance, that healthy balance and that healing that you need to let in. Okay. And that's what it's talking to you about today. The medicine wheel. It's about kind of rebalancing and resorting all that stuff that's within you to make it more beneficial and healthier for you. So I hope you enjoy that and that resonates a little bit with you. And thanks for popping in as always. Thanks, Kay. Happy New Year to all of you for sure. All right. So, Jerry, you're here. Hey, Jerry, I love you. That's Hawk. That's my son. I'm going to go a little bit down farther. Oops. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Hi, Sarah. How are you? I hope you're well. Hi, Melinda. How are you? James, Happy New Year to you, too. I'm going to go down the line a little bit more just because I always wind up missing a lot of people. Okay, so hey, Simon, how are you, Simon? I hope you're well and Happy New Year for you. Let's see what I can pull for you today. Ooh. And my new panels came too, so I can finish the Spiritual Insight deck. So I'll be painting 2 new paintings over the next couple weeks. So I'll finish all that. I'll be able to complete that. Having a little bit of technical difficulty with this deck because all the things I stored disappeared. So I have to kind of recreate. So it'll be a couple weeks yet. By the end of the month, both decks will be available again, just FYI. All right, so here we go. Mango's back. Simon, I got 1, 2. You gonna come count with me today? 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Nope, he's not gonna come. Oh, he's getting a drink of water. He's wore out. He's been flying all over today. Pip stayed in my head today. This will make you all laugh. She was up on my head, and I was recording a video this morning to put up for prayer, and I didn't realize, but she was sitting on top of my head, and she pooped on my forehead. I didn't even realize it till I was partway through the video. She's silly, but I love her. Okay, so your card today, Simon, is the frog. Frog is... The frogs up here where I live are a little confused because we've got really odd weather. It gets really, really cold, and then all of a sudden it goes up in temperature, so they're not really sure, as with the rest of the animals, they're not really sure what they're supposed to be doing right now, hibernating or being out. Oh, no, you're not getting these cards this time. Nope. All right, so with the frog, okay, the frog comes in, and the frog speaks to... Today it's speaking about growth. So when they show me the frog with growth, it's from the egg state to the tadpole to the half frog, half tadpole to the frog. Okay, so these are talking about cycles for you, right? And growth. So I'm actually seeing spiritually that you have gone through a lot of almost, I want to say, spiritual growth this past year. And it really took a toll on a lot of people last year. There was a lot of chaos coming out of the pandemic and everything, but a lot of us got to take a closer look at ourselves and who we have in our spiritual circle, our sacred circles. And this is where I see a lot of growth has been happening with you. Like you're learning new things, you're seeing new things, and you're adding it kind of to your toolkit. And what I'm getting is spiritually for you, and I'm kind of going to work with the year with everybody today. So spiritually with you, I am seeing a lot more growth, but also a lot of peace and calm, because you're beginning to look, and you will continue to look at things from a new place of origin, is what they're saying. And I'm seeing the frog coming out, and it absolutely comes out as a full frog. And then it's also about the elements of water and earth. So these things will bring you into balance for the new year. But spiritually, I feel that your growth has been immense this past year. And because of it, it's going to thrust you kind of into a different place so that you can learn more and see more, but from more knowledgeable vision, more knowledgeable and calm place that comes in from your soul. and that there'll be a lot more meaningful situations and people and things that are coming up to you. And what I'm seeing for the new year is like on into summer. Okay. Well, I guess I'm letting Pip out because otherwise she's going to be loud. So that's what I'm seeing for you today, Simon. And I just feel like it's going to be really good for you. I also see Buddha coming in. And when Buddha comes in, Buddha is all about enjoying life and enjoying what's in front of you rather than thinking about the past or thinking about 2 weeks or the next day. Enjoy that moment, and it's just going to be really a good year for you, at least the first quarter that I'm seeing. Okay, so that is your card today, and it is the Frog. All right, thanks so much, and I hope that resonates with you. I just feel that this year, and I thank you again, Simon. I appreciate you being here. I think that with the way last year was, this year is going to be so much more. Oh, how can I put it? It's going to be like a dump. It's going to be like a dump truck, right? And it's carrying all this negative and stuff that we don't need and stuff that we have kind of had to endure, more or less, or things that we've even carried from our past. And I feel like it's a big dump truck and it's just going to dump it all and it's left. So it's behind us. So we don't need to continue to dwell on it. It no longer will affect us if we allow the right energy and healings and balance to come into our lives. Whew, that was a lot. All right. So, Miss Emily, I hope you are well. And Happy New Year for you and your family as well. And let's see what I got for you today. Well, the kids are being, Phoenix, you can see in the back on the cage, Pip's running across the top of his cage. And thank the Lord that she's quicker than he is, because he doesn't care for Pip. He doesn't mind Mango, but he doesn't like Pip. So he'll try to bite her feet. And sometimes it's not really good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I also got a new toy for him for Phoenix, and he's scared to death of it. But the Pip and Mango really like it. So they're over there on his cage trying to get it. Okay. So crocodile and alligators, right? Great creatures, and this is about, for you, kind of, again, I'm looking back behind us, all right. So last year kind of gave you tools and stuff to be more prepared for different things as you move forward this year. It's given you kind of a thicker skin. It's kind of given you more things to put into your toolkit so that you're going to walk into different situations and be with people, and it'll bring you more balance on how to deal with things. I'm also seeing really strongly that, again, this is all about balance and healing this year, but I'm seeing that enough stuff was gone on and you've kind of viewed things kind of through a different vision or sight pattern. So you're seeing more of the picture in a more balanced way. And the crocodile and the alligators, as I've mentioned before, have antibody within their skin that if they get harmed, okay, they heal. Okay, it's actually quite amazing. And these creatures have been around since prehistoric days and they're still here. So what I'm seeing is like this injection of healing into you, and literally I'm seeing injection of healing. So a lot of stuff maybe that you weren't thrilled with or you weren't happy with, but it's actually bringing yourself into balance. And I feel that you are stronger this year and more prepared. And as I am being told, you need to step into your own power. Okay, and that means being responsible for self and understanding that it's okay to ask for help, that it's good to reach out to others, and you can help others, but you have a better kind of focus on things now so that you will be able to maintain that balance that will be healthy for you. Just remember, don't bring up things from the past that are either, and I'm getting the word like ugly or harmful, just emotionally for you. Just let them go. Okay, you can remember stuff, but don't bring that forward with you, because I feel like you're in a very balanced place. You're in a very level place right now for yourself. Just remember to take that time for yourself when you need it to kind of rejuvenate yourself. Okay, so that's what I got for you today, and it is the crocodile. I'm really excited about that, and I don't know where Carla is or if she's on today, but the Swamp People start their new series or their new season this year tonight, and I'm actually really excited about it because I've learned a lot about alligators and crocs and pythons and stuff. I just got bounced by Mango, and it's very interesting to watch. So I'm very excited. I love crocs and gators. They're pretty awesome. They've got a lot to teach us too, because they've been around for so long. They've adapted, and that's kind of what we need to do too. All right, let's see what's going on. I got to roll this down a little bit. Gotta roll this down a little bit. Hi, Crystal. How are you? I love you too, Finers Asylum. Let's see. I'm glad to see. Yeah, I'll give you a card. No problem. Hi, Dave Hart. Hi. I haven't seen you here before, so welcome. All right, so let's see what I can give my Ms. Sarah a card today. Okay, so first of all, before I even pull a card for you, Sarah, one of the main things as I'm seeing is everything, again, this goes into what kind of year it is about balance. And it's the right time, the right day, the right hour, the right place. Okay, so that's all being maneuvered by ancestors in the spirit lands. And I'm still feeling extremely positive about that. So yeah, let's see what we got here for a card today. All righty, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh. Well, this is fitting again. This is not only the month for the full wolf moon, but it will be the full moon this month that will be connected with the wolf, and your card today is the wolf. I am going to post up, when I'm done here in a little bit, I'm going to post up the story of the wolf moon and where it comes from, because there's a lot of information there that you can relate to what it means, what it has done, what it did for the woman that is in the story. And the wolf walks with us as teacher. And I've told you guys many, many times, walking and being a lone wolf is not a healthy thing. I see a lot of men sometimes will put up, so I'm lone wolf. No, that's not a good thing, because when you're a lone wolf, you're not working with your pack. You're not working with balance. You're not working for anyone else, and you're missing that community. Okay, so when wolf steps up for you, it's about teaching, and it's more about you walking as a teacher, and it's kind of walking with you to kind of bump, and that's what I see. You're walking and it kind of bumps into you. It's kind of doing that to remind you of who you are. Okay, not to add fear, but remember where you're coming from. Remember who you are. Remember what you've been taught. Remember what you will teach. Remember what you have taught, right? And this is why Wolf is walking with you right now. I'm also hearing that some of the answers you're looking for are closer than you're even aware. So you kind of, again, we need to take that deep breath and just relax. And I do it, and I've been doing it every day since Christmas. It's a mindful thing to have to do, because you'll walk around and if you hold all that in, your muscles really tighten up, your body tightens up, and you don't allow the things that need to happen or need to come into our life or our energy come in, because we kind of have trained our muscles, trained our brain, trained our soul, whatever, however you want to put it, to be really super protective. But what that does, and when it happens, is it keeps out all the good things, the good people, the good opportunities, everything that comes in, because it's coming in and it's hitting that wall that we put up, and then it goes out again. And it's like, it's a very difficult thing to do, and it's a very also a very humbling thing to do. But once you do it, more things come into you, and this is what I'm being shown. Again, the wolf is there to bump your legs on the walk, right, on your journey, to remind you of those things and who you are. In order to be a strong or standing in our power, or have more positives come in and go out, we have to allow ourselves to be somewhat vulnerable. And that's a very, I don't know how to put that. That's just a very big deal, because most people don't like feeling vulnerable because they feel that bad things are going to happen to us. But what I'm seeing is we need to be vulnerable too, because we need to allow the positives to come into our lives. And most of the time we don't even realize that we're keeping a lot of things out. So that's what I'm being shown for you today. And the wolf is kind of walking alongside you, bumping on you, on your legs, nudging you, go for it, nudging you, pay attention, nudging you to say, hey, you've got what it takes. Okay, so that is your card today, and Happy New Year, and I love you dearly, and thanks for popping on. All right, let me see here. Gavin, wow, Happy New Year, Gavin. Hi, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while either, and I'm sure you're still posh. Just water. All right. Well, somebody's ringing a bell back there. I don't know who it is. But Mango and Pip are still back there, because Mango's not here. Is he? No, he's not here. All right. Let's see what I can get for Gavin today. Yeah, just be aware, like I said too, of the full moon this month. It's going to be super strong. So just remember, it's a great time to energize crystals or stones or things that you want blessed. Make sure you put them out, and they're awesome. It's an awesome time to really supercharge them. Okay. All right, Gavin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I'm just watching. I don't want them fighting. Ah! One of my favorite critters. It's the possum. I actually saw a friend of mine who has a possum come into her place on a regular basis, and apparently she's been feeding it. I swear he is the biggest possum I have ever seen. He's just round and heavy and doing good in the winter, and she takes good care of him. And I just kind of laughed. I've never seen that one. It's that big. But possums are actually really cool animals. I know a lot of people look at them and say, yuck, they look like a rat, but they do really good things for the environment. They eat bugs that we don't want around, mosquitoes, ticks, larvae, all that kind of stuff. And they teach us how to care for their young. They'll have them all, and the babies will cling on their back and onto their tail, and they walk them around to make sure they're safe. And but possums will do that thing, you know, everybody says, oh, you're playing possum, right? They used to say that. My grandfather used to say it. And it's when you'll roll over and pretend you're not alive because you don't want to deal with something that's coming at you. And this is what I'm seeing right now is don't lie down and not address whatever this is. There's something like right there with you. I don't know if it's a person or it's a situation, but it's like you're kind of ignoring whatever it is, or you're not seeing it clearly enough. So, not dealing with it when it comes in is not going to help you. It won't go away and it won't change the circumstance. So the best thing to do is stand in your power. And by in your power, I mean, taking responsibility for self and what have you, and just deal with it. It's not going to be as bad as some might think. It's not going to, it won't affect you negatively unless you don't deal with whatever this is. And I am seeing the possum just standing there, eyes wide open, and looking at the situation and not rolling over. So this is what you need to do. And if whatever this is, you don't deal with it, what's going to happen is you'll lose the control or ability to deal with it easily or in positives. So it's like something you don't have to carry with you, something that it's not yours to own, but you need to deal with it so it like goes away. So that's your card, and I hope that resonates for you, Gavin. And there you go. It's the possum. I love possums. They're awesome. All right. Mango. He's been pouting lately, Sarah, because past 3 days I've had company, so I really didn't let the birds out. It's a lot when you have company. So he was kind of pouting because I wasn't letting him out. He was being like just really mopey. And then because I have Phoenix, some days I have a bunch of stuff to do. So he's out all the time, Phoenix is, except when I lock him out if the other two are out, because I don't want him. Oh, there you go. See, I told you she does it. See, told you. There's my girl. That's my Pip Pip. That's my Pip Pip. I'll go back a little bit. There you go. Pip Pip loves me dearly. She'll probably poop on my head again too. But she doesn't like my hands. But thank you, Pip. But yeah, she loves me dearly. So that's where she always sits. I don't know. She sits on my head. Holy crow. All right, I'm going to go down a little bit. Hi, how are you? Monica, how are you today? All right, yeah, let me see what I can get for you today. Nope, she didn't poop on my head this time. Yay, thank you for that. Oh, she's so precious. She's actually so chilled out since the other birds have entered our lives. She's sweeter. She doesn't even try to bite me anymore. Mango does once in a while, but he's even getting used to it, aren't you? Are you being a good girl, Pip Pip? All right, Monica. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, you got a nice card today too. All right, so your card today is the red fox, the red-tailed fox. I adore them. They are super uber smart and very clever with how they go about their life. So for today with you, this is all about, this is all about the balance of your spirituality with your mind and body, okay? Hang on. Sorry. Swallowed wrong. Sorry. Give me a minute. All right. So this is about, my voice will come back in a minute. It's about your spirituality balancing with your mind and your body. Hang on. Okay. So it's like I feel right now you're spiritually heavy. And it's not got you in balance. So spirituality is really good. I apologize, guys, for coughing that bad. But It's got to be in balance with the rest of you. Otherwise, it draws from your mind. It draws from your body, right? And that means you don't get a correct balance. So what you need to do right now is kind of slow down a little bit so that your body and your mind can catch up with the spiritual. And one thing that the fox brings in is patience. And this is what I'm seeing right now. Patience is needed for you. I'm also seeing like a rapid climb up a rope, right? So it's like you just keep climbing and climbing spiritually, and that connection gets stronger and stronger. But in that process, you're missing the grounding of the mind and the body. So that's something that you need to be conscious of, so that everything that needs to be in balance is. Okay, I also feel that once that kind of does that, everything will be like a tuning fork would hit, right? So that everything's lined up. And I'm also hearing chakra, which I don't deal with a lot. I understand it, but it's not something that I do. And it's about that alignment. And I feel that there's spots of it, actually 2 spots, which I'm imagining is mind and body, that are kind of like wonky. So they're vibrating and they need to heal. So you got to remember too, as we give out healings or we assist people with prayer or whatever it may be, we're pulling from ourselves. And you have to remember to keep that in check, to keep that in balance. Because if we don't, we miss some of the lessons along the way. So I'm being told, patience, 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 patience. It will get there. But this is something that you have to learn when you step into your power. It's almost like you have to be in a perfect alignment with everything. Kind of like what last week when the planets, all our planets that we see in our universe, actually all lined up. And it doesn't happen very often. But when it does, it's powerful. So this is what they're telling me to tell you. Make sure everything is in alignment. Make sure that you're paying attention to everything from head to toe, to make sure that that spirituality, when it comes out, is so fine-tuned in whichever direction you're sending it, that it works 100% of the time without drawing energy and things from yourself. I hope that makes sense to you and resonates with you, and that is your card today, the red fox. And again, I apologize for coughing so hard. I hate when it goes down the wrong way. Okay, you'll be all right. You know, here's the thing. Okay, you know what, I'm going to tell you all this now anyway, because I think there's a few of you guys in here that really need to hear this. I was going to wait for Bishop Long just because of what it is, but Margaret, I want you to really listen to me. It's going to take a couple minutes, guys, so bear with me, and I'll still do readings. I'll still be here. I'm going to do more than an hour today, so just be patient, okay? So y'all know, and some of you may not know, I've had a bad spine since I was in my teenage years. And then the things I did in my teenage years and in my 20s probably didn't help it much. But I got to a point in 2019 I could barely walk. So I wound up getting surgery that year, which didn't go quite as the way it was planned. I crashed 3 times in the OR. I woke up 12 hours later to my surgeon asking me what the heck happened. Okay. In that time, I saw, when I was crashing, I saw St. Francis 3 times. Long story short, he sent me back and told me I was bullheaded. Okay, big surprise there. So fast forward to 2020, I had a second back surgery, and it did help. It was a quicker one. It was the way it should have gone down in 2019. and I was okay. But since that surgery, up till pretty much now, it was better, but I was still in a lot of pain. Okay, now, Margaret, I want you to listen to this part because this is what's going to be really important for you. So there are many times I've come on here, and that's all I did that day. I saved my energy in the morning to be able to come on and do you guys readings, right? And I love doing that because that's what I'm supposed to do, is help and assist people, right? So Christmas Eve morning, and I was fine on Friday. My kids were up here. They came up Thursday night. We spent basically a quiet Friday. And then I woke up in the morning on Christmas Eve and I could not move. My back was seized from the top of my neck all the way down to the behind the calves of my knees. And my arms and anything I moved, I screamed. I screamed like somebody getting murdered. I screamed because the pain was so bad. I told my kids, they helped me do a couple things and then got me back on the bed. And I told them, go be with your grandmother, do what you were going to do, and I'll be fine because there's nothing you can do at that point anyway. So they left me with water on my phone. Okay, everything, nothing changed. I was laying on the bed. They came back at 5-ish, and I sent them off again, and they stayed the night with their 1.5-year-old godson and his parents. They were going to return the next morning. I said, that's fine. And basically all I did, and I know this is a long story, but bear with me, no pun intended. I laid there, and around 11 o'clock at night, I sat there and I said out loud, just like I'm talking to you guys now, and I said, I can't do this again. I cannot do this again. The pain was so excruciating. I knew if the kids had been here or when they came back in the morning, I was going to wind up in the ER again and wind up in the hospital again. It was bad. It was very bad. And I just said, I can't do it again. So at some point or another, and I don't take any narcotics or any of that. So I had taken a couple Tylenol. That was it. Tylenol ain't going to do it. When I've had it happen before, it usually takes 2.5 to 3 weeks to even get manageable. So it wasn't going to be good. So I fell asleep. Last time I looked at the clock, it was a little after 11, and I woke up at 1:30 a.m. Okay, now mind you, just before I woke up, I was in that in-between state where I wasn't completely asleep and I wasn't completely awake. Okay, so the in-between. And when I go into that in-between is usually when I have family that has passed visit me, or people, friends, whatever, visit me, and that's where I'm at. Okay, so just before I woke up, I was in a long room. And across the whole room, it was like an auditorium or a gymnasium, or a line of tables, and each table represented a different letter, and everybody was in line. And they go up and they rifle through like index cards in a box, right? And they find their name and then they go. Find their name and they go. I got up to the front of the line and my card was not in the box, and I got pissed. And I said, I want my card. Where is my card? And I hear this voice yell at me and say, you're not getting a card. You need to allow yourself to heal. I knew the voice because it was one of my favorite people in life. And she only comes to me since she's passed. She passed in 2004. She only comes to kind of bug me when I need a swift kick in the butt, right? And she did it in life and she's doing it still. And I said to her, hey, all I want to do is go see my dog and my cat, right? That's all I want to do. And she says, no, they're fine. You're not going. I woke up at 1:30. Still hurting, couldn't move. Finally fell back to sleep. I then woke up at right around 6:30 or so that morning, 6:30 Christmas morning. Just prior to this. And this is what I want you to listen to, Margaret. There's a reason. I was standing in that in-between in the middle of the woods, which is my happy place, and I was surrounded by trees. I saw a big, bright light through the trees. It was yellow to white. And it kept getting closer and closer, shadowed by the trees. And it stepped into the clearing, and I could see a figure of a person. And it got closer, and it got closer. And when I looked, I was very humbled. I'm going to try not to cry. He reached over and he put a hand on each one of my shoulders. And he said my name, and he said, "You have to allow yourself to heal." And I looked up and I was crying, and he put his head to my forehead. You know, you've seen that done in movies and all that kind of stuff, and different cultures do it. And he said, "You need to heal." And then I woke up. The person I saw standing in front of me was Jesus Christ. It will always be my truth, and I'm awfully humbled by that. And I'm not a holy roller. I don't go out with the Bible quotes or anything like that, but I'm very spiritual. And I do believe in God and Creator God and all that goes with it. The thing is, at 6:30 in the morning, when I sat up, my kids weren't here, and I sat up in bed. And I was sitting there, I had tears coming down my face, and I said, "What just happened?" Then I realized I was sitting up in bed. I was like, okay, no pain. I swiveled my legs over to the side of the bed, so I was sitting like I am now in a chair, but on the side of the bed. No pain, no spasms. I was like, okay, kids still weren't here. I stood up, and I kind of stood there because I was kind of scared about what was going to happen. Like, okay, is this the calm before the storm? When's the shoe going to drop, right? And it didn't drop. And I took a few steps, and then I did my morning routine. And of course, because everybody was awake, because I was standing up, I fed all the critters, and I still had no pain. Now, mind you, I have been in pain since I was like around 17 years old with my spine. So I walked into the kitchen, and I started making breakfast, and the kids came in from their visit. It was about 8:30, and I was making them breakfast, and they came in. They went directly to my room, like, because that's where they expected to see me. And I was in the kitchen. They go, "Mom, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm making breakfast." They're like, "Okay." And they're both kind of looking at me like really strange, right? So they went about their business, you know, took a shower, did whatever. They came out, we had breakfast, and then we went down to sit with the gifts, and we just exchanged a few gifts because we're all adults now. It's not like little kids. And the last gift they gave me, I opened it, and it was this painting they had done for me. You see that? It's a dog and a cat, right? That's my dog and my cat. And I started crying, and they were like, "Oh, we're so sorry." I go, no, just wait. Let me tell you in a minute. Okay, so I told them the story of what happened. Okay, so that happened Christmas Day. To right now, while I'm talking to you guys, from the top of my neck all the way down to the back of my legs, I have no pain. None. Zip. My brain isn't fogged like it usually gets during the day when I get tired from pain. I have color back in my face because I have no pain. My legs, the back of my legs and the bottom of my feet, I have feeling again. Tops I don't to my mid-shin. But I haven't been able to feel my legs from a hand above my knees to my toes. Oh, Lord, probably for about 8 years. So this is my truth because I can move. I can do things that I haven't been able to do in multitudes of years. What I was told after this happened was people need to know. The reason you need to know, and Margaret, I want you to think about this. I talked to Denise Farley the other day, and she's going through stuff too. We have to allow ourselves to heal. We have to open ourselves to the highest good. We have to remain hopeful. We have to remain in a state of faith that good things will come. Okay? Not preaching to you guys, not doing any of that. You can believe it or not. I know what I believe and I can move. I am in no pain. And I don't remember even close to this year when I haven't felt like that. So, Margaret, everything that needs to happen in positives will happen as long as you allow it to happen. Don't add to fear. Open in hope and faith. Yeah. Always, always remember, we are driving the bus. We are in charge of ourselves. Put out positives. And if something comes back that they catch, they'll be able to deal with it for you. Just like with me, just like with many of my other friends. They'll be able to deal with it in a positive manner. So think about that. Know that. Continue to hold hope that it's going to be good. Let the fear go out of this, okay? Fear doesn't even need to enter in. Because look, you've already got a scan. Your surgeons or your doctors or however you guys call them over there is already set to take care of you, okay? So it's okay. And that's the lesson you need to remember. Have hope, have faith in the fact that you will receive healing or balance or health or however you want to word it. Just remember, we each of us are in charge of our own path and what happens to us and how it happens. So hold that faith. And I'll continue to have you in prayer for me or prayer for you. And yeah, you'll be fine. It's going to be good. Okay. And that message goes out to everybody. Okay. Everybody. And I love you very much, Margaret. Thanks for being here, girl. Hi, Hardy Hickory. How are you? I will. Hi, Joyce. How are you? I see you're here too. All right. Let's see, Hawk, if I can get you a card. And I hope, Hawk, I hope you listen to that story too, because it affects you as well. It affects many of us, right? It's a lot some days. And sometimes you need to ask other people to join in so that they can build that hope up for you and be there in faith that they're going to get you through the highest good. However you want it to happen or need it to happen, you're driving the bus. All right. Okay, Hawk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So, and I'm sorry if I got off the track a little bit, but that was needed to be heard by a few people here. Okay. All right. So, Hawk, I have, of course, you know, the badger. Why would the badger come up for you, Hawk? I don't know. Huh? Okay. So, badger for you is they show me with you standing in the middle of the woods in the path, and you're just like, just kind of like staunch, sticking in the mud, standing your ground, however you want to call it. And you think that's the best, and you don't want to deal with anything else. You don't want to deal with the things around you. And again, the story I just told is for you as well, Hawk. It's for you as well. Okay. So the badger always is a force to reckon with. You run into them in the woods or they come upon you wherever. I had one here a few years back. They're big and they're ornery, right? Because they know best. And you always usually have to circumvent and go around them, right? This is about you stopping the attitude of I know best. No, because you're doing what you think other people want you to be or do, not what you need, not what you should, okay? Very hard lesson to learn, very hard lesson to live with, but you need to let go. You need to be the badger that says, hey, I'm okay. I'll let you go down this path. I'm going to go over here by this tree, right? You need to allow it. You need to allow it to happen. You need to allow it because you're worthy of healing, because you're worthy of balance. Okay? So you need to stop being the block in the road because you're trying to take care of everybody else around you before taking care of you. Okay? So that is your lesson too. So maybe that is why they had me tell you guys the story. And that's what your card is today. It's the badger. Oh, I can't even imagine you bullheaded. Just saying. I love you, Hawk. All right. How are you? How are you? I'm going to go down a little bit more because there's lots of people here today. So hang on. I think I just saw somewhere it just ran by me. Dan. Yep. Hi, Dan. How are you? Yeah. You're good. You're good. I love you too. Love you too. Okay, James, let me see if I can give you a card. And Margaret, I didn't give you a card, but I gave you a lesson. Not even a lesson. I gave you a story. Okay, with directions. Don't want to wait till it goes to my place. Thank all of you for the super stickers up there. I see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, you got a nice card today, James. Okay, James. Your card today is the hummingbird, okay? So the hummingbird, though, for you is about having more energy, okay? Hummingbirds are great. They do so much for the planet. They pollinate and cross-pollinate, and they're little tiny helicopters that buzz around our heads and in our gardens, and they're amazing. And the thing is, your soul is amazing. The energy I feel from your soul is amazing, but I feel it's a little sluggish coming out of the gate right now. And what that means is you're not balancing your energy when you should be. So you're putting too much energy in one thing and not enough in the other. So you need to kind of look at what there says, like look at the garden, like the hummingbird does, right? And they kind of plot and play where they're going to land, where they're going to exert their energy. Okay. And that's what you have to do. You have to look at where you're at right now, meaning where you're at in your life, and you need to know where you want to apply your energy or you want to pull energy back. But just don't go out at the gate because you're not giving enough to yourself. You're not feeding your soul. You're not letting your body to kind of recuperate from stuff or gather enough energy or rest enough or even play. You know, playtime can cause that too because you're not relaxed enough. So what they're saying is kind of plan out your day a little more than you are so that the right things are getting the right attention. And it doesn't pull all that energy from you to do it. Okay. So that is your card. And it's like, it simply is, and it may sound silly, but it's simply that easy. Pay attention to where the energy goes. Okay. When you do that, you're going to feel better. Your body's going to feel better. Your mind will be clear. Things will happen to and for you in a much more positive way. Okay, James, that is your card today, the hummingbird. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm going to go down again. Woo! Oh, no. Hi, Tracy. I'm sorry you're in a cast. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry for that. Allow that healing to come in. Hi, Dan. Thanks for the super sticker. The kids will see it and put your name on the board. Hi, Panda Feets. Hi, Gay. Yeah, it's warm here. It's actually like 50 degrees here right now. So yeah, it's a little bit. Let's see here. Hi, Miss Bonnie. How are you? I did send you a message a little bit ago. So yeah. And hi, Allura. Hi, how are you? It has been so far. I will. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now this is, I'm going to put down what it says. Let me see how far it's going to go. All right. Let me see. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, you got the same card that Hawk got. You've got the Badger. Okay. And the Badger. Okay. So, however, it's different. Okay, so the Badger for you is okay. The first words, and I apologize for sensitive ears, but the first thing they said was she needs to piss in the sand. Okay, that's a thing that I grew up with hearing all the time because you're not putting out enough boundaries, right? You have to set your boundaries firmly. Okay, when they say you got to piss in the sand, it's usually because someone is trying to kind of overcompensate for themselves by pushing stuff onto you. This is what's being told to me. So part of this is you need to put your borders up, your fence up, but you need to run the gate. And you need to remember, running the gate is our responsibility. We are all gatekeepers to our own world. You can open it or close it when you need to. And what I'm doing and what I'm seeing right now with you, Allura, is windows being placed in the border. So like they show me this, they show me like brick and mortar, right? And here's the wall. Well, now they're saying tap out a spot and put a window and put a window and then put another window and then have a screen put in so that you can open and you can filter what's outside into your space. Okay, and by outside I mean your sacred space where you consider safe, secure, the people you like, the things that you like, the events that you do, all that you control because they make you feel good. But then there's some other stuff that comes at you and you're just not wanting to deal with it. But what's happening is you don't have borders or boundaries put up. Okay, so you need to make sure that you place those boundaries and you own it. Step into your power. It's not a nasty thing to tell somebody, hey, I don't have time for that right now. Okay, or I can't talk to you right now, or I can't do that right now because I got other things I can do. It's like what I keep hearing is you keep adding to the list of stuff that other people are telling you you need to do and you should be doing, okay, instead of being your own gatekeeper and saying, hey, wait, I can't do that today, or I can't do that for you, or maybe I can, but later, right? Because you have to place yourself first. And this is what the Badger is bringing through for you. This is what the Badger is trying to tell you, to step into that power, to own your own space, okay? So I hope that resonates with you, Allura. I don't know. Let me know if it does or it doesn't. Here, you can either message me or leave it in the stream. But yeah, the Badger. You need some Badger energy right now, and that's who's walking with you. Okay? Thanks for popping on today. I appreciate it. Hi, Chloe Marie. How are you? Hi, Maureen. How are you? Woo-hoo. Okay, good. Glad, right? All right. Hello, Teresa. How are you? Oh, that's wild. I just thought of something about you I heard earlier. Okay, so nothing bad. So hang on, Teresa. Let me see what I can do. Ooh. Do it again. All right. Well, Mango and Pip are out playing. They're not even interested in what I'm doing today. They're free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, with that said, you do get a card that Mr. Mango decided to cut the edge on a little bit last year. So anyway, but your card is tobacco. Okay, so now it doesn't mean cigarettes, folks. It means blessings. What we do within my culture is when we have blessings or we're doing ceremony or we're doing prayer, a lot of times we add tobacco as a way of thanking Creator God, the spirit lands, for what we've gotten, what blessings have come into our lives. Or sometimes, like I did this morning before I put the prayer up earlier today, I burned some sage, some tobacco, and lavender to carry my prayers up to the spirit lands and out to Creator God in the universe. Okay, so this is about for you though today, Teresa. It's about you receiving blessings, and I keep being shown and told these are things that are going to come into you for the next maybe 2.5 to 3 months. And I'm saying 2.5, and they're saying, no, 3. So these are going to be things that you've needed to happen, or some of the stuff is just going to kind of come out from nowhere and pop up, but they're going to be blessings for you. Things that maybe you needed, or directions that you should have maybe seen but didn't see, but they're going to reapply. The spirit lands are reapplying things to you so that you can, and I'm being told, move from a troubled spot. Okay, so whether this is something that you're worried about or concerned about, this is going to be resolved within like 2.5 to 3 months, or maybe at the start of 2.5 months and the completion of 3. You're giving me that. So this is going to be something that'll come in, and it's going to come in gradually. It's not going to be like a big, woo, look what I got. It's going to be like slowly. And part of that reason is because you need to witness how it happens. And sometimes when we have things that happen in our life or things pop up, we really don't think about what it took to get us there. This is what they want you to focus on, is every little part of it that comes in for you. And then at the end, it will be complete. Okay. So, and it'll be a complete blessing. So again, this all goes back to what I've asked and told you guys a little while ago. It's about opening up and allowing healing to happen, to allow things to bring about balance within our lives. And, you know, we sometimes take that stuff for granted, right? Because not everyone has that. So this is what I'm being shown for you. It's going to come, but it's going to come in gradual, right? Kind of like having something that you're trying to bake and you're trying to get that right taste, right? And so you add a little bit of this or you add a little bit of that and taste it again. And then it's like, okay, well, it's a little better, but not quite yet. So you reach for that other whatever ingredient that you want to add to it. This is what's going on. And this is how this blessing for your life will happen. Okay, so I hope that resonates with you and you understand it. And that is your card, tobacco. All right. Thanks for coming on. Let me know if it resonates. I never know. Yeah, I've missed you guys. I've missed you guys too. I just decided, you know what? I need a break. And like I said, my friend Julie, who's like my sister, popped in for a few days. And I just want to spend time with her because I don't get to do that a lot. Okay. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Okay. Let me see what I can get for you today. All right. I was thinking about you the other day too, Missy. All right. So Brenda, let's see what I can get for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. What you doing over there, Miss Pip? Better be behaving. All right, here you go. The gull is your card today, Miss Brenda. Okay, so the gull brings about a few things. It actually brings in a lot today for you about freedom. So, you know, everybody knows gulls. Not everybody likes them, but I think they're pretty cool because they know how to survive, right? And they're kind of brash about it. You know, I had one time I came out with some food from a restaurant. I don't even remember what it was. And I had to carry out. And I put the bag on top of my truck, right? And when I was still driving, and I opened my door to go in it. And when I went to reach up, the gull had already got into the bag, pulled out half of what I had into it. So him and his family or his community could come down. They ate my meal. And I wasn't happy. And a lot of people consider them like flying rats. But I give them a lot of credit because, number one, they're extremely smart and they've known how to survive and they do what they need to survive. But it's also about the freedom they have. And I don't know, you might be old enough to remember this, Brenda. I'm not sure, but there was a book out, and I think it was actually a movie too, might have been, I'm not sure. But it was about a seagull. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. That was the name of it. And it was really an interesting story because it took the aspects of the gull. So what I'm seeing for you right now is the freedom of the gull. I feel like slowly but surely, and this is what they're doing, they're cutting, trimming the feathers, but the things that were keeping it to the ground, right? So slowly, you're getting kind of a sense of freedom back, okay? Part of it is you have to rely on, and this is what they're saying, the community, right? Because that one gull came down and pulled all the stuff out to share with his community. Okay, did I like it? Not really, you know, because I had to go buy myself another meal. But for you, it's all about slowly getting your freedom back. Trust in the fact that it'll be in the right way. It doesn't mean that you won't have knowledge of other things or what's going on, or you won't be allowed input. It's more about allowing it to play out the way it needs to play out, okay? And not constricting that, not trying to control it. Because, okay, so like seriously, if I had put my hand up on that bag when that seagull was there, I know I would have gotten bit, okay? So this is about giving up that control so you can be free. Okay, we can all do this. We can all look at stuff and say, yeah, I want to be able to do that and I want to be able to do this, but I can't because, right? And then we have to take that extra step of saying, well, why is it because? Oh, wait, yeah, no, I don't have to because I can't control that. I mean, I can help with that, but I don't have to 100% control it. And that's what we forget is that process, okay? That process of letting go of a little bit so that the joy can be back there. The way it happens is fluid, okay? So that is your card today, Miss Brenda, and I hope it resonates with you, okay? There you go. It is the gull. Woo! I can... Okay. No problem. Yeah, well, today is all about, remember, this year is all about balance and healing. And we have to trust where we're at, but we have to allow that balance to come in. And I keep hearing that that's kind of going to be for you. It's going to be a year of balancing. You've been on a journey of healing self. And I feel strongly that it's going to continue that way, but it's also about how it needs to come into you. It's about the balance of what will be created for you. All right, let's see what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so I actually haven't seen this card in a while, is the praying mantis, okay? So the praying mantis comes in. For you, though, it's about control. It's about taking control of the life you need, the life you want to happen. Okay. So you've already, as I said, begun that healing journey, which will continue. But now you have to step up and into your own power and control the direction or control your decisions based on you, not everybody else, because everything will fall into place. With the praying mantis, the queen, like it is with the bees, right? The queen is the one that's in control. The queen is the one that all the little worker bees and the little worker mantises take care of. Okay. So you kind of are the big decision maker with this. Okay. So, however it is that you choose, you just need to calmly look at it and decide what's best for you first, the kids and the family second. Okay, so sometimes it's very difficult to do. It's hard to put ourselves first sometimes, but we need to do that at the proper times, and that's what I'm getting for you. You are the queen mantis, and all the others are the little worker mantises. So you need to rely on your judgment, and you need to rely on your healing journey, and you need to rely on how you decide that because of your soul's energy and the fact that you already have stepped into your own power. You'll be able to see what needs to happen. You don't have to feel guilty about what you choose. You don't have to feel, anything bad. Okay. Just make the decision based on the facts as they are for you, as they are based on what works for you. Not everybody else, just for you. Because once you're in balance, everything around you in your life and your life as a mother will balance. Okay, so that is your card today, ma'am. It is the praying mantis. All right, so we're going to go down a little farther. Hi, Erica. How are you? I think I have read for you maybe before. Okay, so let's see what I get for you, Miss Erica. Pip's still around there, eh? Pip's still flicking all over the place. She's such a good girl. Pippy, come here, Pip. What you doing, Pip? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, you almost got the wolf, but you didn't. All right, so your card today, and talk about swiveling. Your card today is the owl. Okay, the reason owls pop up for people is their ability to turn their head all the way to the back one way. They can't go all the way around, but they can go all the way to the back and then come forward, and the other side can go all the way to the back and come forward to the front place. So this is about awareness for you today. This is about you being aware of what's coming around you and imprinting on you. And it's kind of wanting to make you more aware of what's going on so that the decisions you make in the days ahead are validated and with reason and with you stepping into your power so that you're making the decision the best way you can. Okay. I carry owl medicine, and it's kind of crazy. I mean, over my life, I've had actually 4 close contacts with owls in the wild. So it's very strong medicine. Sometimes it's hard to kind of wield a little bit. But for you, it should come easy because they want you to see. And owls have really tight precision to be able to see things at night very clearly. And during the day, they can see a field mouse from way up in the sky to come down and get it for food, right? So they can see. Their ability and the span of what they can see is phenomenal. But this is what I'm being told for you to be aware of and watch everything and take everything into account. Like the owls, they take the weather into account, the time of day or night into account, okay, or where they're going to make their nest. They look at different areas. So this is what they want you to do. Look at the full picture, right, left and right, and make your decision based on that, but what's good for you, okay? So that is your card today, and it is the owl. All right, let me go down a little bit. And I hope it resonates with you, and I hope it does anyway. Woo, okay, going down, going down, going down. Thank you. The wolf is an amazing animal creature. My former partner that passed away in 2020 was wolf. That was how they were known. So wolves have a real special meaning with me. So yeah, wolves are awesome. They're great teachers. They can be tough taskmasters, though, I'll tell you that. All right, I'm going down a little bit more. Hi, Pamela. I didn't see you. Hi, how are you? Let's see. Okay. That's fine. I'm sorry. You know, my throat gets dry sometimes, and it's happened to me a couple times today already earlier in the house. I swallow wrong, or I don't mean to cough. That's like the last thing I'd ever want to do to you. Hi, Yo. Oh, I see Yo is in there. Hi, Yo. Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? Tell Steve. Tell him I love him and I miss him. Okay, let me see. Hi, Jano. How are you? Hi, Jono. That's Jono. Jono. I'm not sure. Please, I hope I'm not massacring it. But yeah, let me see what I can get for you, Miss Stone. Jono Stone. I like that name. That's cool. All right, so let's see where we come in for you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, must be something going on because this is a popular card today. All right, so you get the opossum as well, okay? So for you, what I'm seeing with the possum, if you were here earlier, I kind of talked about how they are and what they do. This is kind of about keeping under the radar with you. That's exact sentence they gave me, keep under the radar. So it's almost like there's something going on that everybody else doesn't need to know about, okay? It's nothing bad that you're doing or anything like that, but it's kind of private and personal. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting stay under the radar. So what they're showing me is the possum takes a few steps and then crouches down, looks around, takes a few steps, crouches, looks around. And this is what I'm being shown for you. So there's some things. Okay, so the Spiritland just said there's some busybodies around you. Okay, now busybodies, I don't know if you've heard that before or not, but busybodies, when my mom used to yell out the door, there were women in the neighborhood and sometimes men that were busybodies. They were always had to know what was going on. And if they didn't know exactly what was going on, they'd make up in their head whatever was going on, right? And this is what I'm seeing. So all those people out there that are around you, they don't need to know what's going on. None of their business. And that's exactly what I'm seeing. So stay low. Walk with purpose. Hunker down. Make sure nobody's paying attention. And move forward to your goal. But it's like, don't share it with everybody else because it's none of their business. If you want to share it when you get to the goal. And I really feel like people, because they keep showing me the neighbors like looking out the windows and stuff, you know, it's like everybody wants to know what you're up to, but it's none of their business. So whatever this is, you have a goal to reach, and it's about how you get to that goal. So just trust yourself in the process and you'll be good. And this is your card, the possum. And thank you for that. That was kind of cute the way they did that for me today. Hi, Pamela. Thank you so much for your... You're very welcome. Yeah, you know, Crystal, it is. And I can't even tell you, and my friend that was here... Hi, Presh. My friend that was here for the past, she was here for 3 days. She said I'm walking straighter. My pain didn't have, my face didn't have that stress of pain. And I know my kids, when it happened, my kids were like, Mom, you're really gray. And I said, yeah, I know. They go, no, you're not pale, you're gray. And I know it scared them, but I'm not gray anymore. So it's good. And I'm very happy and very blessed. And like I said, I don't grab the Bible and quote. My truth is, I know that Christ was here, whether he was a prophet or he's the Son of God makes no difference to me. He had the purpose of teaching us the unconditional, right? Unconditional love. I don't judge other people, or I try not to, because it's not my job. My job is to worry about me and what I do and how I do it, just like everybody else. We're in charge of what ourselves, okay? So I always kind of get a kick out of when all these different various religions have people sometimes that stand up and they don't like Black people. They don't like the gay community. They don't like this. They don't like interracial marriage. They don't. And it's like, wow, really? And they're holding their Bible up the whole time. And it's like, really, that's not what it's about. We need to love everybody. Okay, and who are we to judge other people? We're nobody, because our houses are all made of glass, whether people want to believe that or not. They are all made of glass. All right, so I love all you guys, absolutely, positively. I love you. Thank you, Simon, so much for that. The kids will make sure that you're noticed on their wheel or however they're doing it right now. And yeah. You're very welcome. Thank you. I guess it was time, whether I wanted to or not, right? They, okay. Yep. Yep. There is no feeling like it. I've actually walked with Magdalene too, and Mother Mary as well. And yeah, you can't describe it. You just kind of like, even saying it now, I get chills. It's when I walk with what I call the divine, and a lot of people call the angelic realm. That's what they come from a different energy source, and it resonates different, and it is very humbling. Very, very, very humbling. All right, so let me get down here. Yeah, yo, I can give you a read. Sure, hang on 1 second here, yo. All right, let me get you a card. All right. Oh, Pip, what you doing, Pip, Pip? What you doing, Pip, Pip? She's over on her cage door. Like, should I go in? Is Mom gonna lock me in? Go on back in the cage, Pip. I'll shut it. She's such a little cutie pie. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, well, you have a momentous task, is what I just heard. Like an uphill battle almost. And what I'm seeing for you today is the ant, okay? And now you remember, when you look at the ant, and I mean this picture, obviously, but when you see them outside, they work with community. They use each other's help. They ask for help, and they all work together for a common goal. Like a leaf going across what to us looks like, you know, just a trickle of rain running off, right? But to them, it's like a mighty river. So they get on leaves, or they connect and make a bridge, and everybody goes across, right? This is how I'm seeing with you. And I keep hearing it takes a village. So there's something going on or coming in right now that you kind of feel, I want to say concerned and a little stressed about, and it's like, oh, here we go again, here we go again, here we go again. We got to do this over again, or something similar. And it's like, I want to be able to do this and not worry about it anymore. But I keep hearing it takes a village, it takes a village, it takes a village. So almost to the point of you're going to have to verbalize to people that are around you that you need a little bit of assistance. There's nothing to be ashamed about with that. There's nothing. It's like, just ask. It's like you're not an imposition on people. You're definitely never an imposition on me. I love you dearly. And you're very strong. And your soul is like the mighty warrior, right? But now you have to fight for yourself a little bit, okay? And do things. Is she going to land on my head again? I thought that was going to be a really blessing for you. But you have to do things that are going to help you in your life better yourself, even from where you are right now. Okay, so sometimes we got to ask people, and that's okay. But I'm seeing, don't think you're doing it on your own. And you know the song, what makes that little ant think he can move a rubber tree plant? Because he's got what? He's got high hopes. Okay, so that was my message today, is all about having hope, and the strength of having faith in ourselves and the universe is what can happen for us that will be a blessing, right? And you need to open to it. But by opening, I know you feel, again, the other word that came in today on the readings was vulnerable. We have to put ourselves in that vulnerable state sometimes in order to have others and other things come into our life that help us along the way. So this is what I'm seeing today. And yeah, Frank Sinatra is singing in my head. High hopes. What makes that little old ant? Okay, that is your card today. And I love you and happy New Year. Miss Cindy, I had a message for you earlier, and oh, yeah. I don't know if you were on earlier, but I got your Christmas card. I got your Christmas card this morning. So I wanted you to know. And it meant just everything to me. Even though today's not Christmas, it still means a lot to me. So thank you. Oh, I love it. All right, guys, I've been on an hour and a half today, and I love you all so, so much. And I'll be back next Tuesday, and make sure you keep an eye out, because I'll be putting some dates up for the new Spiritually Paranormal coming in, and you're not going to want to miss them, because it's just an absolutely fun time and interesting and knowledge that will be given to you guys. All right, so till next week, I love you all. Have a great week.
Yeah. Cool, wasn't it? Bye, bear, my bear.
Bye, Mama Bear.
See you later, bear, my bear, my bear.